Welcome back to painting and decorating. So this is a small video just to show you a few steps towards the finish. Now everything's drying. This is Wednesday today, so I managed to fill quite a bit on the coving, but I've still got a lot more to do. You know, it's about taking your time, you've got to get it right. So I'm going to get the filling finished today. Again, hopefully get the skirting boards on and get round the window done. It's going a little bit slower than I expected, but you know, you can't rush perfection. With this trim round the window, what I've done, I've put some polyfiller across the edge first of all, and then I'm going to squeeze this into position. And if it holds well enough, I'm going to leave it like that and let it dry. Make sure you push it nice and tight and let the filler come through a little bit. Now if I check that and it's level, I'm going to leave it. I might screw the odd little place. But first of all, I'm going to get it on, make sure it's level. I'm going to wipe back with a damp cloth any of these lumps that are coming through, and then I'm going to screw it up, wipe it back again, let it dry, and then I'll fill it again after that. Same with the sides. Thursday morning, and doing okay. It's going a bit slow. Two factors: the job just keeps creating problems, and my brother's car has been in the garage, so I've been taking him to work and picking him up, so I'm losing an hour, 2 hours every day. So got the skirting board on yesterday, foamed it on that side. I've still got to do across there because I wanted this secure first before I finish that bit. I also managed to get the trim on up the side of the window, nice and level. So there's still a bit of filling on that to do yet to get that nice. So my next job, cut some of this foam back, get this other piece of skirting on, get the filling done, finish the patch plastering, sand down the coving, refill it, and then we're actually getting somewhere. Yeah, this job just keeps getting better. Door casing, rough as anything. Well, I'll just have a look. It's actually been wallpapered over and then painted, Artex, all sorts. So I'm going to scrape that off. Friday morning. Like I say, it's going a lot slower than I expected. I mean, drying time and losing a bit of time dropping my brother off. Got some heaters to help because there's no heating. Yeah, the radiator's not been fitted. I'm doing really well. All the skirting boards on. I've done a pre-fill on it, so that needs refilling. I've done the patch plastering. Let's just have a look at that. Yeah, shaved off that wood. That'll all come up pretty well. Put a little bit of extra foam in there to help with the casing. So yeah, doing okay. I mean, doing things that I don't usually do, but I can always get them looking perfect. So I'm having to plaster up the sides. Got the trim on, so I'm going to put some more undercoat plaster on, and then they need the finishing plaster going around. Still need to put the windowsill on, fill under that, but yeah, it's coming on. Monday morning today, going a lot slower this job than I expected, but you can't be helped. Now, like I said, I'm doing pretty well. I'm actually going to put the floor in today, so that's safe. I've got this, that's my first job. then I'm going to finish the plastering. And then once the plastering's finished and I've done some more filling on the skirting and the coving, we're actually then ready to put up the insulation paper. It's time to neaten up this filler. So wearing a dust mask, some sandpaper, you just want to lightly sand to get rid of all the ridges, because your filling should be that good. There's not that many ridges and lumps, so it only takes a light sand, a little bit on the ceiling, just sand all them edges back. And like I say, you can just see a little ridge there. Gone. Just take them back and I'll show you the next second fill. Once you've sanded it down, you've just got to refill where necessary, because it all doesn't need doing. But what I usually do is, using my finger, especially in some of these corners, it's perfect, because if you just wipe the filler in like that, push it right into the corner and then work it out from the corner either side. Perfect. And then straight down the centre. Alright, you can't quite see that. But you get the idea, because it just fills in that perfectly. If you use a knife, it leaves lines, but your finger just smooths it out nicely. Just finish that bottom bit there. Now that just needs a very smooth pad, and it's perfect. A little bit in that bottom bit there. Again, smooth it all out, no edges. That needs the lightest of sand. On the joints, you can use your filling knife again. Look at that. Perfect. Allow it to dry, a light sand, seal it, and then you're ready to paint the whole coving and the ceiling. Right, that's it for the filling of the coving. Tuesday morning, and the job is picking up pace now, doing really well. Today, a little bit more sanding and put the insulation paper on that wall. Hopefully get the windowsill on. I've managed to plaster around it, and I have total sympathy now for plasterers, because it's not an easy job. Not an easy job. It's like putting water on. You have to have the plaster that thin. Yeah. Anyway, on with the insulation. Now, I'll show you the finish in this video, but if you want to watch it being hung, watch the next video. Wednesday morning. Did okay yesterday. Managed to get the windowsill on. Looking good. That just needs a bit of filling round. I like to use waterproof filler around the edges. Bit of 2-pack for these bits. Finish off the underneath with some poly filler. So we showed the insulation yesterday. Coving's going really well. Sealing it now, that just needs one coat of paint. Coving needs another coat of paint. It's finished. A little bit of filling around the edges on that paper. And then tomorrow I'm going to put the fibre liner over that. It's better than the actual normal lining paper, and you've got to use a ready mixed strong adhesive for that. Also, you've got to leave that to dry, possibly a couple of days before you actually put anything on top of it, because what you put on top of it can dry before the adhesive underneath that fully, so you get shrinkage, then your paper comes off. Right, so first job, finish the filling. I've used a small amount of foam around the window just to help it keep more secure, and I've been doing the second fill on some of this now, on the joints, and they're all perfect. Light sand, seal them, and I'm ready to put some lining paper on there. Right. While waiting for things to dry, I thought I'd get the first coat on the ceiling. So that just needs one more coat on the ceiling, one more coat on the coving, and it's finished. Now, back to this sill. I've done most of the filling around it. Just have a look. Underneath is done. So I've only got around that edge to do. This is what I use. Exterior polyfill. Durable, weatherproof. It says outdoor repairs, but it's it's good for just round the window. There's no harm in using it inside. Thursday morning, and we're doing well. Time to put some lining paper on. I'll just give you a quick run through what I'm using, and then the finish. That's what I'm using. So that's going over the thermal liner. That's the paste I'm using. You've got to use some decent stuff. Just look at it. I did PVA. Just show you the scaffolding I'm going to use to line that wall horizontally. Friday morning, did really well yesterday. Got most of it lined apart from the window wall. Again, it's going a little bit slower than I was hoping, but there's been a lot that I've uncovered and dealt with. The other issue now is drying. I should have put my dehumidifier on last night because I've been left with condensation this morning running off. So dehumidifier, definitely important. You can leave the window open, but then you're introducing cold air. So really what you want is heat and a dehumidifier. So I'll finish this paper in today, get the dehumidifier in here, and then just leave it, to be honest. Allow it to dry fully and crack on tomorrow with the painting. It'll speed up tomorrow. I might be working Sunday. Just thought I'd show you that piece going up. I'm not cross-lining this wall because I'm going to find it's easier just to do it straight down. So I'll just give you a quick look at that. It's done really well, that. And my filling is perfect. Look at that. All the plastering. Okay. This is the end of this video. And the last thing I've just done is I've cleaned the floor up. I've raked out all the joints, getting rid of all the dust, and I've mopped the floor. So that's nice and clean now. Because all the sanding's done really, and it's the best way to keep your paint clean, to make the job perfect. If you drop your brush, it's clean. Now, let's just have a look at a few of these things. Remember how that wall started off? People were saying, oh, that's rough, he's not going to get that right. Perfect. You know, it still needs painting, yeah, so there's a couple of edges, what you might see, that's a pencil mark up there. Let's have a look down the side of the window there. Not bad for not being a plasterer and not the type of stuff I usually do. Pretty good. So, now the next video is going to be finishing the painting. because the ceiling still needs one coat, coving needs one coat, walls need 2 coats, woodwork needs 2 coats. So, till next time.